All right, today we're going to be making tie-dye shirts. So you need a pencil and your Sharpie, and you will need your paint and a water cup eventually. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw two types of shirts. The first one is going to be a tank top. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a line down, across, and up for the sides and the bottom of the tank top. I'm gonna go ahead and do it in Sharpie. You can do it in pencil and then do Sharpie later. You wanna make this big enough so you can write something in it. Then you're gonna go in a little bit on each side. Then make a curve for the neck. All right, the second one we're gonna do is a t-shirt. What you're going to start with is the curve for the neck. And instead of going out a little, you're gonna go kind of out and then down, out and then down. Then you're going to draw the sleeve. You're gonna do a diagonal line in and then up. So it's like a little box here, down and then up at the same angle. And then the bottom of the shirt like this. And it's okay if yours doesn't look like mine. It's a little wonky because, well, shirts can fold. If you did this with pencil, take a moment to trace it in Sharpie, and then we'll do the next part together. So for the next part, I want you to think about things that you might have on shirts for the summer. So like summer or sun or beach themed, something like that. So for mine, I think I'm gonna put on this one, let's put on this one. Beach days. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little wave at the bottom. And on this one, I'm gonna put a little lower, sun fun. And if you wanna draw a little picture, just keep it kind of simple. A little line drawing. Here's my sun. All right, so for the next part, we're going to do some tie-dyeing. So what I want you to do is take your paint, and I want you to wake all of them up. So you can add some water to it and rub it. Wash your brush. Put water on another one and rub it. Wash your brush. So all these should be wet and kind of ready to go. If you have watercolor, you can use those and kind of add some water to it. But I'm gonna wake all these up so that way they are ready to be used. All right, so the way we're gonna make tie-dye is that we first need our t-shirts to be watery, but just with kind of clean water. So this is actually more the size of your brush. And so I'm gonna think about my colors. So this one I'm gonna do red, orange, yellow. Actually, I'll do red, and yellow in the middle. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take some clean water. I'm gonna paint it over my Sharpie lines. So my whole shirt should look wet. Then I'm going to take my Woken Up red, and I'm going to kind of just go over my shirt. It's okay if you go out of your lines because we're going to cut it out. What's going to happen is that these colors on this wet paper are going to start to bleed together, kind of like tie-dye. So they're not going to stay separate. They're going to start to kind of blend. And that's okay if they blend. All right, I'm gonna do something similar on this one. And I would choose either warm colors or cool colors, or if you do rainbow, do it in rainbow order, because colors will mix together so you don't want to put opposite colors. So for this one, I'm gonna start There's kind of a purple blue at the bottom. Remember, I just wet my paper, so my paper's wet. Take some green. You can see that one is already starting to blend together. Take some yellow. And this is actually a technique called wet on wet, which makes sense because the paper is wet and then the paint is also wet. Take some orange. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And take some red. And I'm just gonna let those colors kind of mix around. So my paper's kind of bending. I'm just gonna use my finger and kind of move them. So let's give it a little time and watch them dry, and then I'll show you what to do next. All right, so once your shirts are dry, mine are almost dry, I want you to cut them out. And we're gonna put them on colored paper so that they stand out. And I want you to think about a color of paper that is maybe opposite, or when you put it next to it, it just kind of looks good. We're also going to use a white paper to kind of glue it all together. So you do need a glue stick as well. And if you have the art kit, these papers are half-size sheets, and we're going to kind of cut them in half again. So I think for mine, since this is a warm color, I'm gonna do cool colors. And then for this one, I guess we'll see. Let's just check it out together. But take a moment to cut out your stuff. All right, so I decided on orange and blue, and I cut these in half from my original papers. So your paper's about this size. I cut it in half, and now I have two halves like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue them down. Just need a handy dandy glue stick. I also chose two colors that kind of stand out from each other too. Overlap these, and I'm actually going to cut off this extra so I don't see the light too much. All right, then I decided to put that one in there and that one on there. I'm going to glue it. Right, there we go. And there is my beach themed, or my summer themed tie-dye t-shirts. All right, I hope you enjoyed making some tie-dye with me today. Looking forward to seeing what you created. And until next time, have fun creating.